Good day, Lagos, Nigeria, and you're welcome to Plus TV's Tea Time, where we bring you trending entertainment topics, serve you hot conversations, and of course, keep the energy 100%. I'm Deborah Akinpelumi, and you can call me Debs for short. And you know, I never do this alone. With me here, drum rolls. I have the beautiful Prissy, the handsome Prezi. I know this time it might seem redundant, but I won't get tired of saying it. I'm Mufasa.
I'm excited to be here. You know.
Okay.
I don't know, but I like the way you always do your introduction. It's giving watery stuff.
What do you mean?
No, but it's nice.
So, Prissy, okay. I can see brands, I can see names.
Oh my God.
You're eating it big. You're a big woman.
Okay.
Give us the gist. Yeah, I'll give you guys the gist. She went to Paris last weekend.
Wow,
yeah.
I did?
Yeah, she did.
I wasn't even aware.
So, but of course, don't just watch. Be a part of this conversation by, dropping your takes on our YouTube channel, PlusTvAfrica's lifestyle. And don't just comment. Click the subscribe button. Tell us what you'd like to see on our shows in the forthcoming episode, and also watch the previous episodes. So without further ado, let's get right into the business of today. And we always start with our trending videos, one that is guaranteed to brighten up your morning. So let's have it. Trending video number 1.
Inside fire, them put us. Ang mga wala pulo them they kill us.
What's going on? Wait, I don't understand. Oh, my son, you are not eating that food again.
Mommy, I'm full of.
You are full. What kind of English is you are full of?
I'm filled, mommy.
You better open your mouth and open your stomach. Do you know how much? Do you know how much they are selling all this? How much did you buy a bag of rice the other day?
Like, over 100 kilo.
Show one light step, but can you hear? You are wasting food. No wastage in this household. A crate of egg is now 7,000 naira. Are you listening to me? Ike Gary, tell her. The last time we went to the market. Hey, Ike Gary, one plastic is 4,500. But the last time I said you should buy a bag of water, how much did you buy it?
500.
Pure water, yeah, pure water. Line on our friend, pure water that we use one to cut. Oh yeah, land.
Mommy, no. It's Joe.
Oh my God. African mothers are never beating the allegations. But for real, let's first look at the aspect that, okay, wastage is a sin, allusion to the biblical book. But let's even take that out. Like in this economy of today, okay, they were increased minimum wage, right? But things have got, now to 70,000, beginning of this year. But even that 70,000 is not enough to feed the layman, the bottom feeders.
Do you know how much tomato and pepper is now?
Like, girl,
Those things are good. Those things are good.
So you don't want to waste food in an African home. No, that can't. Kolewek.
It's even the fact that
Kolewek.
It's when she forced the food in the mouth, like.
and put it inside like a basin.
Yeah.
So who eats the food now that she was keeping inside?
No, before they used to keep the food for Bruno. The dog now.
Right?
But yeah,
No
but
money
even
for
now,
Bruno.
no. Yeah.
No more Bruno.
But I mean, it's a very sad thing that I mean, funny enough, there are still families who you will still see things like this. Maybe they have too much money though. But truthfully, nobody would be open to like wastage, especially with this economy now, where we don't even know what is going to happen in the next few hours or few days or few months, here in Nigeria. But I mean, let's just try and manage.
Is there even enough to waste?
There is this particular thing that people, most families do. I went for this retreat one time, and then every single time that we're about to have any of our meals, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or snacks even, they'll tell you, take only what you can eat at that point in time. In fact, take very little. So if you want more, you can go back and take more.
It cannot work in some households.
No, but that's how it's supposed to be.
Because you go back for more.
Some people will even take for the next day. Just
imagine.
I mean, they might not even see what to eat the next day.
But honestly, thinking about the economy and not thinking about the economy, there's no excuse for wastage. So
exactly.
I really don't support that
Even
idea.
if you have enough,
Yes,
still will not
wastage
go.
is really not cool. So yes, let's have the next trending video of the day. Trending video number 2. I just like the way, I think we Nigerians as a whole, we really need to go through this economic hardship so that by the time we have those things in abundance, we know how to utilize the resources we have. We know how to utilize it better. Yeah. Because now, you are saying you never even check up on me. Free me, I beg. Like everyone is going through 1 or 2, in fact 1 or 20, 1 or 1 million. So if I don't check up on you, also check up on me. Everybody is busy with life. Actually. Adulthood is adulting. Actually. So who has time? In fact, I think I've noticed that fake friends rants on WhatsApp status has drastically reduced.
Tell me about it. The only funny thing is that I don't even check WhatsApp status like that, so I don't really know.
Yeah, the truth is,
for
me personally, I just feel like it's understandable when you complain that people don't check up on you. But like you mentioned, relationship is a two-way thing, right? If somebody is not checking up on you, at least you also try and check up on the person.
Yeah, I have excuse for that person not checking up on you.
No, I get you, but you mentioned about how things are, right? In fact, see, everybody's adulting now. Everybody's facing a lot that we even forget some of the things that we do before. I was reminiscing on the fact that I know when back then we'll go back, you go out with friends, but even now, ask somebody now, when was the last time you even went out with a friend? Like, you can literally count the number of times.
Imagine your friends and, you want to plan a little girly hangout, your Uber cost to and fro, then they even have minimum spend per person. The minimum spend per person, 30,000 naira. How much is my salary? That I will spend 30,000 naira, just one sitting. Right.
That's for minimum.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah, and that is so really. I will still blame everything on the economy because everyone is going through 1 or 20.
But then this whole you don't check up on me thing, I think it's something that really should be stopped because I don't think it's so necessary. You don't check up on me. You don't check up on me. What on earth are you going through that you cannot say, like, come out and say, okay, fine, I'm going through this. Like, talk to the person if you really want to relate to someone.
I get it, Sha.
So you keep on going, like, you don't check up on me, like, calm down. I don't even know what's happening. I feel like I'm going through something as well. So for you to keep on saying you don't check up on me, like, if anything, you should have actually reached out. So
sometimes even this thing she mentioned, I think it's even a sign of weakness sometimes, because if you want to depend on people to always have to check up on you before you start feeling okay as a person, then there's something actually wrong with you, But let's not remove the fact that the world, with the way the world is going now, is changing a lot of things. Like, the things that we always find so much fun and value, especially about life, has started changing, So I still feel like it is important. If you can check up on somebody, please do check up on somebody. But don't make it, more of a relevance that somebody has to check up on you. Please, nobody owes you anything, actually.
But honestly, let's look on the other side. While we are saying this, while we are, bantering and all, we should actually check in on our loved ones because they might be going through stuff and we are too busy,
You said loved ones.
chasing the mullah to, check back on our loved ones. Sorry, and not just our loved ones. Sorry, no vex.
No, I'm just saying, like, you can even see somebody on the road now that is not
feeling let me just, that liquid that boy used, let me see it on you. Almost free me, I beg. Like,
it's like you can check up on somebody on the road.
Now.
Nigerians are so angry. Not talk about Lagosians. Now, if you just ask somebody how you next thing, what is so good about this?
Let me give you this gist that I heard, this short story I heard. Yeah. Like, someone traveled out of the country and, he said, please, excuse me, can you, and the foreigner was like, you beg too much. Why are you always saying please? Why are you always saying sorry? And it's a Nigerian thing. Before you make, please, good morning, sir. It's because you really don't know the mood that person is in. Everyone is naturally angry by default.
Jesus.
By default, Nigerians are angry.
That shouldn't change you as a Nigerian. That's who we are.
Yeah, changed already, though. Yes, now. Yeah, changed already, but let's not dwell on this much. Let's I would like to know our audience views on this. Like, what do you think about,
Continuous checking up on
consistent checking thing? Let's know what you think about it. And now let's have the next trending video. Trending video number 3.
We got this video, but
She looks like she must have done.
How can I laugh in a way that we please God? There are some questions that man abroad, once they ask it, falls into brief depression. That is what that is the mood you automatically be in, because we can dwell on this for years. By the time you start reminiscing on the things you've done in the name of love, But I'd like to know your take though. Let's start with Prezi.
why was it start with me?
You know you are the man now,
The truth is, it's a different scenario, right? The question is, have you even been in love? That's another question. But since you asked me, right? Since you asked me, so I mean, I've been in love before. Truthfully, if I say some of the stupid things I've done, so to say, I think the least I've done is to like travel from a location to another location.
Wow.
It's something we do for love.
I think we've all done that, yeah.
No, some people don't. There are people who are even scared of distance.
Yeah.
So I don't think you would do something like that.
You break that fear.
And if I do tell you like the distance from where, let me not say it, but it was a risk actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What have you done in the name of love?
The first question she should be asking is, have you been in love?
Have you been in love?
I don't know.
So all of you are lying now. Okay. No problem.
Me, what have I done in the name of love? I've done a lot too, and I know if I watch this, if my parents are viewing this, they won't forgive me. So yeah, some things are not meant for the camera, but I've done a lot in the name of love. And you see that traveling long distance. You know, when your parents are praying that God protect my child in school. My child is studying, for example, protect her, but your child is not even in school.
Traveling for love.
Your child is not in school.
Oh my God!
Your child has crossed 7 rivers and 7 seas to go and see man. It's quite surprising. Yeah. So
you know the funny thing, I just like with what you just said, I just remembered like there was this video. I'm not talking about me. There was this video I actually saw that
but you are listening.
There was this video I actually saw where these 2 girls actually said on TikTok, their caption was their parents are praying for them and then they're out. They were on this roller coaster. It looked so dangerous, and they were doing so many dangerous things, from roller coasters to those water parachutes or whatever. It was just wild.
But honestly, sometimes we need to take a step back and ask ourselves that, is this love though?
Okay, if it's what it's like.
No.
If it's
this thing
love.
I feel, would I say it's love? Because you see people
That is a strong question.
call other women that leave my man alone. Is that love?
We've
seen the movie You. I'm sure you've seen it. This American movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, You. That it was obsessed with, the female lead. Was that love? I really
Well,
don't
I feel
think
like
so.
there are different like grades, or should I say categories, when it
So
comes
what
to love.
category? Okay, you've never been in love. What category?
I
of
did not say
love?
I've never been in love.
You
But
can
I asked a
I
question.
don't know, but what I can say is, if you can do or go the extra mile for somebody, then I think it's basically love.
I don't think so.
But depending on your motive, there are people who want to do bad thing that can still do the same thing I did, right? But the truth is, when you think about it, you can actually do or go the extra mile for the person if truly you love the person. It's not.
I don't know if it's right to say this, but I think there is Nigerian love and there's Western love.
Which one is Nigerian?
I'm not. I know I'm going to be under a lot of heat
Oh,
for
yeah,
this.
let's the differences.
I feel like love in Nigeria is a bit transactional, and I'm not really talking about money here. I'm not really talking about money here. Nobody is really truly selfless in love. That's what I think. I feel like
there's something involved for you to be in love, right?
Some people for material gain. Some people with the fact that I want to be associated with you. I might be wrong though. I may be wrong.
I think that's highly wrong though.
But you've never been in love now.
But that doesn't mean. did I say I've never been in love? I said, do you know? I don't know, but,
Okay,
but I don't think that's exactly right. I feel like there are people that actually genuinely love someone, and even as like you see older people, like people that are like gray and all, you see them completely cute, and like those are the kind of relationships that you actually hope for yourself, because they're already seeing somebody. What could they have transactional at that time?
For instance, in addition to what she said, I mean, I've heard where a partner gives off her.
In Nigeria, yes.
A partner,
I don't believe
I think
you.
it even happened with a popular artist. I'm trying to remember his name. Was it Paul Play?
If you don't remember, fight will happen here.
Paul Play. I think it was Paul Play. You know, the popular guy that sang "Angel of My Life." I think something like that. But I'm not really sure. But I know there was an artist in Nigeria here that had issues. No, it was Idris Abu Karim. Sorry.
Okay.
He had issues with, and I think it was his wife that gave out. You know, so imagine that's what you call love. Because if somebody doesn't love you, giving your organ, the organ that makes everything work, it's going to be hard. I
totally get that though, but I would really like to know our viewers' take on this. So what does love mean to you? Let us know in the comment section. And now, if you want to discuss this love, we know we'll be here till next week. But don't worry, just stay tuned to Plus TV. I'm sure there's something for all the lovers out there that we'll be bringing to your screen soon. So now, let's have the last trending video of the day.
Oh. The truth. Oh. The truth. Oh. The truth. Oh.
Oh my God. Well, why is it that our production team, why is everything today is about Africa? Like it resonates.
It's back to back.
Deeply,
videos, right?
I can relate, and I'm sure you people at home also can relate. When you call your mom and your mom has even forgotten that you're even on the phone. Yeah, Sidi, are you there? Give me that. Yeah, they even forget that their child is even on the phone with them. They move on. Like, and if we want to talk about African mothers handling their phone, we would have a lot to say. We would have a lot to say. The moment they post your ugliest picture, they will say, my handsome daughter, my handsome son. Sorry, I said my handsome daughter. My beautiful daughter, my handsome son, on their WhatsApp status, or when they share this broadcast on Facebook, because she did not listen to her mother, she turned it to a potato.
They will not send you the
video that if you don't share this video to 20 people, African mothers. But now let's come back to this issue at hand. Do you think you've experienced this before?
Of course.
Tell us about it.
Even yesterday,
funny
enough, my mom called me and she was like telling me something that was happening at home, and then I was also giving my take, and then after like the conversation for that particular thing was over, I wanted to talk about something else. I should have just got the call. Like, oh my God, mom, I'm not even done talking. Just got the call.
You know that some others still think it is airtime they use, even for internet calls. They feel like, my credit is about to finish.
No, it's not even about my credit about to finish.
Patience level.
Yes, it's not about credit or anything. It's like, I'm done talking to you, so do what you want to do.
You know, you won't really blame our parents, so to say. One thing is that the way we handle devices, is quite different from how they have so much time.
So are you like this?
No, I'm just saying that I've experienced this, but not even with my own parents. And this is even a very nice topic, because the other day I was complaining about the same thing, that I don't feel it's proper when you use your own phone to call somebody and the person ends the call, right? I've called people with my phone and they wait for me to actually end the call. Those are people who understand. No, I'm saying I don't think it's proper that I call you and you end the call.
It's love, It's love. It's end the call, baby. Maybe end the call.
No, that one is a different scenario. That one, you guys are deceiving yourself, but I understand that one. But I'm just saying, it doesn't really make sense that you call somebody and the person ends the call, right? I just feel like it's proper that I was the one that called you and I should be the one ending the call.
So how we sensitize our African mothers on this though? African mothers that they always think they know best. They will tell you that before you were born, I've been in this world.
But does it really matter though? Or who ends the call?
I think it
matters to him.
To me, it does.
But to me, I really don't.
So you don't see anything wrong in it?
No, I don't think there is anything.
Okay, so maybe let me not ask two of you, since you said there's nothing. Imagine you call somebody who is supposed to deliver a wig to you. You call the person and the person ends the call. What would you do?
Why did you ask me?
I said it because it has to do with something.
That's a transaction.
That's if it's rudely. If they rudely end the call, then that's where the problem is. But if we finish having a conversation and then probably I'm about to say something else and then they end the call, then I'll just call them back.
No, you're painting a different scenario. I'm saying you were still having a conversation with the person,
And they just dropped the call.
dropped the call, what would you do?
No, why would they drop the call when I'm
Now
still
that's
having
the
the
same question
conversation?
we're asking.
Yeah.
No, I
There's something
understand
wrong.
where I'm coming from. I'm saying
Okay.
that you guys are already talking about something in particular. You guys have to finish that conversation before the call ends, right?
Yes.
Not the one that you are still talking about that particular thing and then they.
What
We are still talking about
What happened in the video was that she had
Can we have the video again?
the mom had finished talking to the girl and then she cut the call.
Now, the mom hasn't finished saying what she had to say to her.
No, the mom had finished saying what she had to say. The girl wanted to say something else and then she cut the call.
Yeah, that's the same scenario we are painting.
No, it's a different conversation.
So let's leave it out to the viewers' court. Yeah, one person saying this, the
But
other
I
person
like
saying
the fact
that.
that she has an issue with it. So
But
it means that I know what I'm saying and I.
No, I think you have a very different perspective from what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah, we can't dwell on this whole thing.
Yeah.
But of course, we sourced for, the best trending topics for you all,
Yeah.
and we really can't wait for our viewers at home to see what we have in stock for you all. Yeah. So the first topic we have here is for one of our artists. He has been under some heats on the social media courts for just having a picture with a Nigerian celebrity, and they're like, oh, why is she looking this way in the picture, but with another celebrity she's looking more cordial? So it really needs to level up. Let's just dive right in. Afrobeat singer Jaywon has advised fellow celebrities to adopt resilience in the face of social media trolling, stating that the Nigerian music industry demands a thick skin. He cited the frequent online criticism faced by top artists like Davido, Wizkid, and Burna Boy as evidence, emphasizing that artists must endure such challenges to thrive. Jaywon urged creatives to remain active on social media to promote their work rather than retreating from the platform due to trolls. Let's start with this. The fact that this advice is coming from Jaywon, I will accept it, because they dragged that man down more than I passed my neighbor generator.
Actually.
Now, do you remember that picture he took with Ira Star? That Ira Star was standing at arm's length in that picture with him, like, okay, don't move so close, coronavirus. Yeah.
Coronavirus.
10 meters apart. And then we saw Ira Star with other celebrities, in close organ. He was under a lot of heat. And just not even that, he has been under a lot of heat on the social media court for different things. Some people say, oh, he only has one hit song that, he brushes up every festive period. Yeah. So he has been under a lot of heat in past times. So what do you two have to say about this?
So for me, Jaywon is a great artist. I don't care whether he's a one-hit person or not.
Okay.
It's not even easy to make a hit song in Nigeria. That's one thing Nigerians don't understand, right? For the fact that you're an artist, you write songs, you create music and all of that, it's not even easy to have a song that hits, right? And I mean, I'm one of those who love this song this year. Every new year, we go back to that song, right? It shows that he has done something well for himself, right? And I also want to believe that that song creates a lot of revenue for him. And that is what some people who don't understand music will not know about. That song creates revenue yearly for him, you get. But talking about trolling, I mean, it's something that we're already used to in Nigeria. And I think it's also right, because for you to be a celebrity or for you to be somebody who is famous here in Nigeria or even anywhere, right, you need to have this thick skin, as he called it. Meaning you need to be able to absorb criticism, insult. It will always come. And if you are the type that when they just give you one, you're going to cry in your room. Well, I don't know. But you just need to have that, I'm trying to call it, I don't know what to even call it right now.
Resilience.
Yes, be able to resist some of those things and know how to also discipline yourself as an artist or that celebrity. So, I mean, it's okay they call him a one-hit guy, but he's actually...
I want to hear
artist,
from
so.
Prissy.
I really don't have single thing to say.
I have a lot to
because
say.
J1 is, I only know that his song this year.
Yeah.
And he's not somebody that is always, or rather, it's not somebody that I always see on the internet often. So him coming out now to give advice, it shows that, okay, probably he has been dragged a lot, like you said.
Yes.
Probably he understands the kind of emotional torments, like that thing can have, like the effects of those trolls can have on a person. So him coming out to say this, like, it's really good. At least he's advising younger people or people that are just new into the industry to stand strong and like take his head off, because it's not
why are people that just came into the industry? Okay, senior colleague, junior
no,
colleague.
he has been there for a long time now.
Yeah, actually.
So he's advising them because if he has been dragged through the mud, that means he understands how to take it in. And he's advising other people that it's not going to stop anytime soon. If they drag you once, that means last.
But I really don't succumb to the idea of thick skin. We have the like of Jim Ike. Everybody knows Jim Ike. If you come for Jim Ike, he's going to come for you other.
That means he's thick
So,
skin.
so you think because he comes back doesn't mean he will not have that time where he's thinking about it, that these things they said to me is quite bad.
I don't think so.
No, I think
Go back for bad.
Jim Mike comes back, it means he's very thick-skinned.
Okay.
For him to actually come back and come and start dragging
Something like this.
I mean, that guy is
happened with Kate Henshaw. You know,
Okay.
There was a time when she said she didn't want to like say something, reply back, but there are times when you just have to reply back.
We even saw Moffett Duncan yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
His smart comeback. I like that. Like he's sensitized, put him in his place. Don't, hide behind your phone and troll me on social media. It's sensitized. I like that.
And that's what's happening.
That was constructive insult.
The
I
fact
like
that
that.
most people nowadays, they only have like this power when they're with their phones.
Yes.
And they can't say it to their face. It's almost like they are trying to control somebody, but behind like a shield, because they know that these things that they are saying is not right. They know that this thing can affect a person's like mental health, but yet they still say it. Not because what they are saying they think is true, but because they actually want to hurt somebody's feelings.
I've always said it, that social media is a leveler. People that when they see you in real life, they will prostrate 20 times. On social media, they will tell you, they will remind you who your father was, who your mother. They will tell you about your lineage. History that you don't even know about yourself, they will tell you. Yeah, don't worry. That's what they do on social media.
Never forget.
So, but the like of Frank Edo too, the way he gives smart comebacks to people,
He's a
like
smart person now.
even if Daniel Rega.
So this is what you people need to understand.
Okay.
See, as much as all of these people know how to do comebacks, there will still be time when these things affect them.
No, it affects them. That's why they give comebacks.
But yeah,
It's not that it affects them that makes them. There are different reasons why you want to reply back. For instance, you reply back because you don't want people to see you as, he didn't say anything about it. There are people who are like that, right? And there are people like Frank Edo, is because he already understands the industry and the things that happen, and that's why he even does it in a funny way. You get? Because when he wants to do his comeback, it's not like he just outrightly comes back. He does it in a way that is going to be funny as well. But I'm just saying, beyond all of this comeback and all, these things affect this guy. So don't make it look like, they are coming back because they just want to like.
I'm talking about the thick skin. The thick skin part.
Yeah, you need to understand what the thick skin means. Is that you need to understand these things, or else when you come in, trust me, you will not be able to like handle it.
I'm still talking about the thick skin. That is because they have thick skins. That is why they are giving this constructive
and that's what I'm saying. That I don't
them.
really feel like everybody has thick skin, so to say. These names you mentioned.
I'm not negating that fact.
Okay.
But I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out artists,
Critism.
celebrities that have given, constructive comebacks to these trolls. Because it is not everything you let slide. I think for me, if I'm being trolled on social media, I'm this kind of person that I won't even glorify you with a response. Like Wizkid. You will never see Wizkid come out to reply troll.
Well, Wizkid has started doing that now.
No, I think it's when it's about his fellow celebrities. So it gives
them.
I'm talking about fan to Wizkid. Like fan to Wizkid.
Well,
You see the like of the video. When this lady came out, she said some things about even Eniola Badmus. They arrested that girl. So what do you think about that one?
Well, I mean, different things happening.
Freedom of speech.
The truth is,
There's no
she
freedom
has
of
already
speech.
explained it. Even if you have to be very criticize some of these guys, like the celebrities, you just have to like do it. But I mean, some of them do it for the whole trend and all of that.
Yeah, I think most Nigerians do it for the trend.
Yeah, I've even noticed that people create accounts just for that purpose, right? You see all these bot names, all these names that don't even exist.
Yes.
They just create it just to like say something.
Now, I want to tell you this story that happened. I saw it on social media. So there is this page that has been trolling this woman on social media that you are so fat, you are ugly, body shaming comments. Then she discovered that it was a 9-year-old son.
Oh my God, I saw that video. I saw
So in that kind of scenario, how do you think that woman should deal with that kind of...
You know, she came out to ask
that's
on the internet on
very
how
true.
she should do with it because she could not like fathom the fact that it was her child
Yeah.
that was actually making those kind of hurtful comments, and those comments were actually disturbing her psychologically. Oh my
So
god!
another thing.
So will you say thick skin in that kind of instance?
No,
too?
another thing is
Before she found out, I
questions.
think she just had to be thick-skinned because
There are questions around it though. My own is, did the son know that it was the mother that was handling? I'm just
Obviously.
asking, like, these are questions. You can't just follow things just like that. There are questions to ask,
The
right?
son knows
Okay, he knows.
Yes.
Okay, how do we know that he knows?
because the mother said he knows.
Okay, fine. So if the son knew, then I guess there's possibly like a disorder with their relationship, so to say, which would, I mean,
That is also an angle to be explored though, but I'm just
that's
saying
11 to 12.
that child is a troll. That's what I'm just saying. Making snacky comments. But you know, we can't dwell on this for that long. But I really think we as humans need to do better. We should stop trolling celebrities. Celebrities, after all, they are also
humans,
human
yeah.
and they have emotions, they have feelings. So we should be kind of our comments. We should be kind to everything and everyone we see. And we should, you know, be mindful of our words. Apply emotional intelligence. So now, you know, we've given you this spicy topic, but let's ease the atmosphere a bit by diving right into, you know, this interesting music break. Okay. Oh, I'm quite sad that had to be cut short because I was really getting in the groove. And Prezi just taught me this move, like it was breakdancing. So yeah, I had fun and I hope you did too. So now let's dive right into the next trending topic for the day. And this one is quite sensitive though, because it's, you know, involves religious beliefs. You know, when gospel meets, yes, when gospel meets entertainment, yeah, and when money gets in the middle. So yeah, let's just dive right in. Nigerian pastor Femi Lazarus has publicly apologized to singer Timi Dakolo, conceding in their recent online argument regarding gospel singers charging churches for performances. This follows a heated exchange where Dakolo criticized Lazarus' dance and even revealed that he charges fees for his ministry school. Lazarus, in a social media post, acknowledged Dakolo as a music legend, agreed that his concerns were valid, and pledged that improvements would be made to address the issues raised. He also expressed a desire for better structures within the church and entertainment industry. So now I have just one question to start with. When did Timi Dakolo become a gospel artist? That is the first thing.
Hasn't he always been a gospel artist?
I've always seen him as artist,
I think
not
his
a gospel
kind of,
artist.
songs are like, it's not so worldly, but it's I don't
in
know,
line with
it's
preaching the
just-
gospel.
It's not really in
Yeah,
line with-
what me like? Okay.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. It's not so worldly. Like it's
Okay.
just. It seems like a neutral, like that kind of neutral
Ground.
ground. That's the way he's.
So I think the best way to put it is inspirational songs, right? For instance, the one he did, Amen. Everything you put on your hands.
Go up.
So
Okay.
you can call, people will liken it to being
Gospel, yeah.
so to
Okay,
say.
that makes sense.
Plus,
Okay.
I mean, he started from the church. Now he didn't give his opinion based on the fact that he was just fighting for music artists in general. He spoke because he grew up in the church, and he understands some of these things that Pastor
goes on.
Lazarus was talking about. So what I would say is, I'm excited that this can happen. Do you know why?
You're always excited.
No, I'm excited because you know how every time we as Nigerians or human beings hear something that has to do with a pastor, nobody wants to say anything about it. Oh, because he's a pastor. No. And I mean, kudos to two of them, to Pastor Lazarus and also to Timi Dakolo. And I also like what Timi Dakolo did in giving his stance. I mean, it's okay for you to give your opinion, whether he's a pastor or not. I don't care about that. The truth is, if you are doing it, do it respectfully, right? And which was what I enjoyed from what Timi Dakolo did. Every single time he possibly wants to like give his opinion about what Pastor Lazarus said, he will say, respectfully, sir. and drop. And
What
drop
you just
the
said is
bad
giving me, with all due respect, then you now proceed to disrespect the person.
No,
That's what he's giving to me.
I understand what you mean, but
Okay.
there was nowhere he disrespected Pastor Lazarus.
I get that.
And I feel that's why he already understood where Timi Dakolo was coming from, for him to now say, oh, okay, I now see what you are saying.
Are you sure
let's
he saw what
address it.
Oh, that's why he apologized.
Yeah, that's why he apologized. Because not every pastor would really apologize. Plus, I understand that the whole issue has gone so, it's been so heated that they just needed to end it. And I think I respect that as well. But the truth is a conversation we should actually have, because everybody is just focusing on the other side, which is the Davidos and the rest of them. But there's a lot that also happens in the gospel industry, right? And I'm also speaking because I grew up in the church, right? I also drum in the church, and I understand why most gospel artists will come out and say, most of the churches don't pay us. All of those discussions, right? It's a lot that happens in there, but I can't start speaking about them because I've not experienced such things. But I'm saying these people, these music artists, these gospel music artists are also human. The money that they make from the church or even from going outside to play is what they use to cater for themselves. So they are entitled to also ask for that money. And that's why I still respect what Timi Dakolo said. He said, if you are saying this guy shouldn't make money from the church, right, then why are you also requesting for money
Ministry
for
school?
I mean, so
I don't think the money is the issue here. I think the exorbitant rate is the issue here.
Well, would you tell somebody how to
you
put
get
their price? No, you can't, because at the end of the day, you have a school. Nobody told you how to pay your price.
You get.
And if you're making revenue from your school, you might as well pay somebody that wants you. No matter if you can't carry that
Burden.
of getting that artist, you might as well look for a cheaper one.
Yeah, I actually sensed a bit of double standard, double standardness there. You're telling artists that, why will you charge? But you also have a ministry school.
Do you know how much is that money in dollars that pastor is charging?
I saw that.
You get
I really agree with you on that. You can't really tell someone the price to put on their skill. But I think I also understand Pastor Reverend Femi Pastor Lazarus' view as well. Yeah. That this gift was given to you by the Spirit.
So should it be free?
This is just a very, very controversial
it's dicey actually,
topic.
but the truth is, I don't see anything wrong in whether it's a music artist, a drummer from a church requesting for money. If that is your source of income, then you should get money for what you do. That's just the truth. I know a lot of drummers, a lot of people who do these things in church. There are even churches that pay their artists, and there are also churches that don't pay. Right?
I feel like this topic, it's a very controversial topic that if we dive so deep inside, we'll start to point out so much faults and the rest, because we already know that churches generate mad revenue when it comes to Nigeria, and then an artist, a gospel artist, like they said, wanting to also, or rather putting a standard price for himself, it should not be, or rather it's supposed to not be a problem for the church. But then if we dive into this as we are meant to, it will create so much, or rather it will bring so many things that we should not be bringing to light. Do you get where I'm driving?
I understand you, but I'm still saying it is a healthy conversation. It was a healthy thing to have happened, because I don't think people have really talked about this.
Yeah,
I'm happy that it came up.
Yeah,
and I'm happy also for the fact the way they handled.
I respect the boldness of Timi Dakolo, because a lot of people, this is something that is always discussed in hushed tones. Nobody really wants to come out to speak out on things like this, and so I would commend him on that. So I think the church should find a balance, the structure.
But
there are some churches that
it's not just.
Sorry. There are some churches that they find a structure. They find a structure for it, ministration, and also a structure where they can actually get paid. We see churches that pay their pastors salary. Yes. So they find a structure to balance it up. So, Prissy.
The funny thing was that just while making my research on this, I also found out that Pastor Femi Lazarus was not the only pastor that also spoke about these exorbitant prices that these gospel artists charge. Imagine the gospel artists saying that they want to fly first class, and then the remaining crew will fly economy. They want to be in executive suites, and the remaining people will be in normal, you get all those kind of things. So it's not just Pastor Femi Lazarus that had an issue with it. So many other pastors, but I think like they did not look at things from a certain perspective, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. Who does not want to enjoy that kind of
benefit from what you do?
Lifestyle? Like, who doesn't? Would you see something luxury and say, no, I don't want it, I want to?
This that you just said is making me think about something. Is that not negating the whole purpose of the ministration? Is it not to impact souls? To tell the world that, vanity upon vanity, all is vanity. So when you are charging a private jet, first class for yourself, is that not negating the purpose of the ministration?
Exactly, that's where I'm coming from, because at the end of the day, we see most of all these ministers do these kind of things, and at the end of the day, when these gospel artists actually say, okay, these are your price rates, it's suddenly, oh no, your voice is given from blah blah blah. You get all those kind of things. So that's why I said we should not dive into this kind of topic.
Honestly, if we want to talk about,
I'm saying we are not ready to dive into this.
Okay, that's better, because we've already dived into it.
If we go further, it will the kind of
tentacles
things that we will bring out eventually.
I actually get it. It's bad and ugly.
And I think that's one. This thing you said, that's the reason why they had to just dissolve.
Exactly.
Yes. But for me, I think the apology thing was a bit of damage control. But
no, I don't think it's damage control. I think that was very necessary.
Okay.
I think
that's what you think. Okay.
I think that was very necessary.
The good thing is that they didn't insult themselves. That's what I like.
That is your own stand.
That's what I liked about it. You give your
I like a bit.
I say, I don't. You like drama, I know.
But actually, in this kind of situation, I think it was best handled the way it was handled.
Yes. Actually, yeah.
So we can dwell on this all day, and we still won't be done with this topic. But we just have to give you this last trending topic for the day. And I know this one is going to get your blood pumping. Everybody wants to hear about this. And this one again is about women and men. I've told everybody, let's leave love matter. Let's remove love. Let's focus on let's praise God. But we can't do without love at the end of the day. So let's just have it. Fiona Wagesi, a Kenyan woman, has ignited a social media debate by asserting that women are responsible for their husband's infidelity. In a Facebook post, she argues that if a woman fulfills her husband's needs by cooking, massaging, and providing sexual satisfaction, he would have no reason to cheat. She further stated that if a man still cheats despite this effort, the woman should have recognized the red flags and left the relationship. The first thing I will say is that when I first saw this topic, I first went to check that, okay, who is this person? I saw Kenya woman. Maybe that is the way they act over there.
Oh my God.
But when you come to Nigeria, you tell me that if you cook and clean for a man will not cheat. Have you met Nigerian men? Oh, no. That's too broad. Have you met Yoruba men? Have you met a man called Femi? Have you met him?
Okay, I don't know about that. But
then you're going back to say, women are to be blamed for a man's infidelity. I think it's a very far reach, and it is not a fair thing to say. It's quite unfair for a woman to say that. And it's giving pick me share, if I may say that.
Guy, tell me about it.
Yes, it's giving pick me. Why would you say a woman is responsible for a man's infidelity?
Why are you ladies always defend?
So you think a woman is responsible for a man's infidelity?
No, I'm not saying it's right, but there's this thing about you ladies always do. You just, anything that involves a ladies conversation, you guys are always almost first defensive rather than.
Okay. You know what? I feel he should give his take on this.
Hold on, let me first say this. Let me just put this out there. A man's infidelity has nothing to do with the woman and more to do with the man.
Maybe you should just hear my
infidelity is all about principles.
Maybe you should
if you are principled as a man, principles and discipline. If you are not principled as a man, you do that. So you engaging in extramarital affairs, then blaming it on your wife. I really think it's not a fair thing to say.
So I am of the opinion that it is not true. I don't subscribe to the idea. I don't even like the fact that everybody has to tie sex to, husband or your husband having to cheat or not. The truth is, those things are necessary, right? You have to, you and your husband have to play once in a while. You get what I mean?
No,
you have to play once in a while now. It's more like what stimulates the love between two of you.
I don't know.
But I'm just saying that you mentioning love, massages and all of that. If a man wants to cheat, he will still cheat.
Thank you.
That's the truth.
Thank you.
That was it from the beginning. From the beginning.
I said you guys are first having to like be defensive instead of
We're
first.
not being
Let's even
defensive.
first hear the matter that is on ground before you start being defensive.
I wasn't
already
being
heard the
defensive,
matter
but
that was
okay.
around.
But what I just have to say is that she even went further to
Yeah.
say that if a man still cheats despite this effort,
Then
the woman should have recognized the red flags. Once again, have you met Femi?
what is with this Femi thing?
Femi must have
But there are some Femi that don't cheat.
Oh.
But the kind of rep Nigerian men have in the dating industry, yeah, you know, we can really dwell on this for as long as, and we still won't be
able to finish.
satisfied because this is a very broad topic. But I'll put it out there that infidelity, a man's infidelity has nothing to do with the woman, but more to do with the man. Yeah, questioning his principles and the morals it stands for.
I think
But-
same thing goes for the woman as well.
Yes.
If a woman infidelity has nothing to do with the man.
Yes, and more about the person that cheated. And this is where we draw the curtain today on Plus TV's Tea Time. Thank you for staying with us. A big thank you to our viewers at home for, you know, staying with us through the course of this show. A big thank you to the production team and of course to my co-anchors, as I could not do this alone. Thank you, Prissy. Thank you, Prezi. And you can also watch our previous episodes on our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica's Lifestyle, and even this episode to give your take. I know you have a lot to say. Let's have it. And thank you, Lagos, Nigeria. And once again, I'm Deborah Akinpelumi.